Do you really have to be dumb as shit to hate? I'm not talking about the fun hate, the colloquial hate, being a hater hate, the ancient and honorable human game of gossip, banter, shit talk, taking the piss, busting balls, throwing shade. No, this kind of hate is actually good. This is a tool of the worker, if you ask me. You know what I'm talking about? The whole you can't dismantle the master's house with the master's tools thing, that kind of thing. Well, there are two kinds of hate. One is a worker's tool and one is a master's. I mean, why do you think so many dumb, mean, hypocritical power structures tell you it's wrong to gossip? I don't know, maybe because if everyone's talking in hushed tones with raised eyebrows, giddy to share a new fucked up morsel of outrageous behavior about whoever's in charge with their fellow classmates, it's a lot harder for the priest to keep diddling the kids. But I digress. I want to talk about the bad hate, the gross one, the master's tool version, the disease version. Like a disease, you can take easy precautions not to catch it, wear a mask and simply limit contact with it, vaccinate yourself with various sorts of knowledge, gain sort of herd immunity to it by simply surrounding yourself with a diverse and deep pool of individuals from many backgrounds, which I believe universally is the most functional cure for hatred. Like we're learning with peanuts and cats, you actually make it much more likely to become allergic when you aren't exposed much young. And I know it sounds crazy, but I really do think you're much less likely to have involuntary inflammatory reactions to different sorts of people if you just hang around them. This one's kind of a pickle to me. Maybe one day we can implement student exchange programs between rural and urban communities in this country. Get people living, learning, playing sports, going to proms and shit with people you otherwise would never have met. I think that could move the needle if we could scale it enough. Anyway, there's this thing I heard some historians say once about World War II. They said the danger in fighting fascism is that you become fascist. This makes sense. From a very pragmatic point of view, fascists are good at war. They value violence, they reward power, they have little regard for individuals' rights. All wonderful qualities in a functioning military. And so as you go into battle against them, you adopt these qualities. It's an advantage for your society as well, so that you're not disadvantaged against the forces of darkness. This is a great example, I think, of the contagious nature of hatred. Hatred, another wonderful quality for warlike peoples like the National Socialists, Spartans, and Americans. No wonder we have so much of it here. I've been feeling the effects of this hatred spreading to me. I become dumber by the day, bones all growing spurs, and my edges are all becoming serrated. I am number, angrier, more toneless on the outside, and heavier, more watery, more exhausted internally. I wonder often if those naturally inclined toward hate feel that inside part, or if their bodies are more suited to it. Do the people head to toe in their finest gravy seal couture with their Gucci government contracted rifle builds feel like their limbs weigh 1,000 pounds in the morning before they go out and rip children from their parents? Or if you dive far enough into it, does it start feeling good? I hope I never find out. So I know it is dumb as hell to hate, but it seems to be a chicken-egg thing where not only does stupidity lead to hatred, but the hatred is also making me much dumber. I know I should be able to use the powers of my imagination, the experiences of my life, of learning, to come up with some antidote to this vile fungus rooting itself in my cells, but I fear it has attached to my cerebral cortex first, my own little cordyceps of dehumanizing, hungry aggression piloting my vehicle meant for making joy and humor. But now, like a Ferrari dropping off trash at the local dump, steering me through smelly, displeasing terrain, it's ruining my tires, scratching the paint and absolutely thrashing my shocks. I won't say my rifle whispers to me throughout the day and well into the night, because that would be a crazy thing to say here online in 2025 with Palantir afoot. Please, I'm not that dumb. If I were to say something like that, it would be as a metaphor, of course, a metaphor. Artistic expression. Arthur surely took unsolicited advice from Excalibur from time to time. The point is, clearly my inanimate counselors on this subject aren't doing a great job. Plus, weapons tend to have a certain bias toward what they would find fulfilling. And so I'm looking for suggestions here. What are you doing to inoculate yourself to the hatred? I mean, they just eliminated all the vaccine committee at the CDC, so it really is up to us to figure out the best ways to stop the spread of diseases like this. What are you doing to maintain joy, humor, lust for life, lust for lust? How are you bolstering yourself to bend towards life? How are you turning your ship away from Thanatos and toward the North Star of Eros on the distant horizon? Rumi famously said that love is a river and suggested we simply drink from it, but I tell ya, I can barely choke down a single Nalgene a day of water. How am I supposed to keep up the appetite for love? I figure this here internet thing, the modern day circulatory system of this body we're all sharing, obviously does a great job of spreading disease, but perhaps it might be called into service to shuttle the antidote one of you might already have up the old arteries to me, so I can plug that shit right into my thirsty ass veins. I'm all ears.